Good morning. It is Knick Knack Yack in the MathShack, episode number 13. How are you guys this morning? Alright, so some Periscope details. So we're live on Periscope. It's Knick Knack Yack in the MathShack. I'm Bon Crowder at Math4 on Periscope and on Twitter and pretty much everywhere else in the universe. It is 5 o'clock a.m. I do this every morning, every weekday morning, I should say. Saturdays and Sundays I sleep in until, 5:15. So, we're live on Periscope. You can tap any place on the screen to give hearts. If you push sideways, you can either see comments or not, or if somebody pops up and you want to follow them, you can tap them and then view their profile. It will not turn off the scope. And then you can follow them. I think if you brush sideways, it's probably this way. Hi, Bounce44 Mark. I'm going to try to welcome people as they come in. If I miss you or if I can't read your handle very quickly, then I will just do my best. So looks like Ellery Ann. So looks like somebody who is 45 years old. Uncle Jay Pierce. Oh, my uncle. You know, I have this story that every time I talk about, like, the weird uncle, I talk about Uncle Zeno. So there's something about, the Zeno's paradox that is appealing and fun to talk about. So I always mention Uncle Zeno with the weird plaid shirt. So comes to the parties. Anyway, let's get to the knick-knack for today. We're talking math clocks. So let's see if I can get this without a glare. Oh, look, the computer's open. Let's just close that so not to have that glare. Math clock. I got this. This is, I think, like either a Mother's Day present or a birthday present or something. Oh, by the way, it's like 7 days till my birthday. Yay! So the math clock is really interesting. Obviously, we know the answers going around, right? So we have 6 times 2 is 12 going around. See, so some of the math clocks are really detailed and fancy. I was looking on Amazon. By the way, there's a link on math4.com/Periscope. This is episode 13. If you go to math4.com/Periscope and look at episode 13, hey, Blended Beauty, you can click on that link and it will take you to a bunch of the math clocks. So some of them are really fancy, and I saw one that has irrational numbers on it. So instead of having 12 and 1, and I like it when people say yay math. Give me some hearts on that one. So instead of having 12 and 1 and 2, it has like E, just a smidge after 3. So thanks for the hearts. And it has like E squared over close to 9, right? Yes. So it is, it's a really neat clock. So this one, however, is kind of basic. So let me see if I can remember. This is mirror image for me, so I'm going to do my best. This is 102,413 minus 102,412, which of course is 1. Square root of 4, 2 o'clock, 66 into 198. You see it's in the 3 position, but, you're like, okay, is that really 3? You're kind of compelled to go, let me check and make sure that's right. Because I tell you, if I were designing a math clock, I totally would make 1 error. Well, I would probably make 2 because I would intentionally make 1 and accidentally make another one. But the point would be that it would be the fun part of it, like find the error in the math clock. Anyhow, let's see if there's any other ones that are super interesting. We have, so this one, to me, what is it, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is really fascinating because it doesn't read solve for x. It is a polynomial equation. 52 minus x squared plus x equals 10. So the solution there will be 7, I'm assuming, because I haven't done the arithmetic. The solution will be 7. However, technically that in itself is not the number 7. So there's an implication of solve for x, which is something that is a fine detail. Hey, Bruce. Fine detail that a lot of math students, math teachers miss, is that just because it's an equation doesn't mean it has to be solved. It can just sit there and be an equation. So unless it is requested to be solved or it needs to be solved to go on to the next thing, it can just be an equation or an expression. I actually overheard a student teacher once say, oh, a polynomial, you set it equal to 0. And I thought, oh, you just, you set a polynomial equal to 0 if you're trying to graph the polynomial and you want the roots or where it goes through the x-axis. You don't just set every polynomial equal to 0. I mean, how would you like it if somebody said, oh, it's a person, you just say that they're 0? Come on, be nice to the polynomials already. Anyway, so square root of 64 is 8. Getting my glare here. Another one! Solve for x, really? So, go for the irrational math clock is what I say. That's a conversation piece. Or make your own. Oh, it wouldn't be hard at all, right? Oh, yeah, okay, maybe it would. You need a piece of old chalkboard. So you get an old chalkboard, you cut a circle piece, or even a square, it doesn't really matter, or whatever shape. You write on it with chalk. You probably need to spray paint it, or you just write on it every day different expressions that are equal to those numbers. And then you drill a hole and you put the little thingamajiggy in, because you can buy those at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or wherever, right? And there you go. You have your own homemade math clock. That is a whole blog post. DIY math clock. There you go. All right, let's see. We're going to end this episode 13 of Knick Knack Yack and the MathShack. Math4.com/Periscope. Math4.com is my blog. @Math4 is my handle. Here, there, and everywhere. Do this every morning at 5 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. California time, which is also, I guess, Oregon time, and let's see, Washington time, and probably some Arizona. Anyway, so I think I'm -6 from GMT, something like that. Anyway, last chance to give me some tarts. Tap on the space right here. The space, or if you're typing, the space, or if you're on an Android, it's the space. So, Bon Crowder, Knick Knack Yack in the MathShack. I will see you tomorrow morning, early. Okay, have a good day, y'all.